Yes. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hello, China. Good afternoon. Sushmita, Nivedita, Himanshu, Rashmi, Sundar, Harsh, Deepak, Pankaj, Mari, Lopamudra. Namaste, Mari. Sanju. Good afternoon, everyone. Shantanu, Bhuvnesh. Everyone, good afternoon. Okay. So, current affairs, you have a question. Tush, am I audible to everyone? Audible and visible? No audible. Good afternoon, Deepak. Yes, I'm audible to almost everyone, I guess. Okay. Not providing monthly magazine. Like you guys have a issue with the current affairs magazine. Okay. Like I had already discussed about some issue of English with Karan sir, and so he had solved it. Secondly, again, would be discussing the issue specifically of the current affairs with Karan sir, and he will probably come up with the preparation. As mentioned at the group by Karan sir, please do not derail your preparation because of certain minuscule issues. Okay. So please do not worry, Deepak and everyone. Very soon this issue will be resolved again. I'm not audible. Prathamesh, I'm not audible to Prathamesh. I'm not audible to Tush. Do one thing. What we say? Refresh your system once. Okay. Refresh your system once. So guys, we had started with Buddhism yesterday, and now today we will continue with Buddhism. Yes. Do one thing. Tush and those people who cannot join the session right now, refresh the system, log out, and again rejoin. Okay? Because I'm audible to every one of you, I guess. Yes, good afternoon, Naresh ji. Okay. So guys, without wasting any more time, okay. Himanshu, you can get the PDF either from the Telegram or you can get the PDF from the app. And like specifically already spoken to the team that please upload the PDF immediately after the session so that the aspirants can easily revise the concept. Okay? Yes. Correct, Deepak. If you rejoin, the problem will go away. Yes, guys. Now, without wasting any more time, let's understand with different symbols associated with Buddhism. Okay? Now, let me go for a quick revision, quick recap in a very fast manner. And session is very important. Today, again, I'm going to tell you beautiful stories. Okay? So, symbol associated with Buddha or Buddhism. Now, before I tell you about the symbols associated with Buddhism, let me tell you three important concepts. Okay? We'll discuss here three important concepts, and these three important concepts are very important. I'm writing on the board these names. Can anyone tell me what is this? Yes, just take a wild guess. What are these three names associated with? Branches of Buddhism. Very good, Harsh. Very good. Tush, very good. Bhuvnesh, sect of Buddhism. Abhishek, Mari, Mugli, and Sanju. Very good, very good. These are nothing but sect of Buddhism. Okay. Now, majorly speaking, there are two sects of Buddhism. Please listen to me carefully and patiently. There are two sects of Buddhism, Hinayan and Mahayana. And in fact, the third one, Vajrayana, is an offshoot of Mahayana. Simple words, Vajrayana has come out of Mahayana. So what is this Hinayan, Mahayana, or Vajrayana? Now, there is one word common in every of the sect, and that word is yan. Okay? Hinayan. Yan basically means vehicle. Okay. Hinayan means lower vehicle for salvation. If anyone wants to attain salvation or moksha, so the lowermost vehicle is Hinayan. Mahayana, higher vehicle for salvation. And Vajrayana, spiritual practices for salvation. So, specifically, the followers of Buddha are divided into two major sects, Hinayan and Mahayana. Now I'll tell you one simple aspect. What do the followers of Heenan believe in? Heenan believed that Buddha was not a god. He was a normal human being like us. He had penanced his body. After penancing his body, he lived the life of an ascetic. And after that, he attained enlightenment. So he has followed certain process. And we had seen that. He had renounced his worldly life. He learned the spiritual or meditative practices. Now, one question comes up in the mind. Okay, yesterday, a student asked me a question. He sent me a telegram personally and he asked me a question. Sir, what is meditation and how to calm one's mind? Okay. And is it necessary, like that student was from Pondicherry and that student, like from your batch itself. So he asked me a question, and in that case, he's asked a simple question, sir, what is meditation and how to calm one's mind? Okay. So I told him, or I gave him a very simple reply. Tomorrow, when I will be teaching Buddhism and the sect of Buddhism, I will be answering your question. Okay. Specifically, that boy is a working professional, and he just gave me a bit of background that, sir, I'm focusing on IB, ACIO. I'm working, I'm not getting a proper time management, and I have to take care of my family responsibilities as well. And in that case, my mind is not that silent. So what should I do? Okay. So I couldn't tell the entire story in the written format on the, what we say in the message. So I'm narrating the short story within 1 minute so that the person who is here, he can easily understand and listen. So there was one Gurukul and there was a Buddhist monk who used to teach different students, different disciples. And in that case, there were many disciples who came from varied backgrounds. But in the Gurukul, there is one system. Rather, you be a son of a, what we say, Raja or a king, but still you will be treated as a disciple or a student. So among many disciples of that Guru, there was one disciple who used to speak a lot. And in that case, what happened? So one fine day, like he was very argumentative and he used to like continuously keep on arguing with his fellow, what we say, batchmates. So what happened one day? There was a Guru and Guru asked all his students that everyone has to take one pledge for next 1 month. Take the pledge as per your wish. So somebody took a pledge that I would be having food only once in a day. Somebody took a pledge that I will be specifically not having food. I'll only stay on water and the fruits and so on. So this person comes to the Guru and he was a prince. Okay. And he asked the Guru, every pledge, every vow or every sankalp is very easy for me. Tell me what to do. Guru told him only one thing. You will stay silent for next 1 month. So this guy said, okay, just a small task. I'll do that. Now what happened? The person who is speaking on daily basis and when he's asked to stay silent for 1 month, obviously his head is going to blast. Correct? So for the 1 day, he kept silent. Now what happened? When he kept silent, the people around him started speaking a lot. And he had taken a vow. He should not answer them, whatever the people will tell about him. So on the second day, he came to Guru and in a sign language, he told that if I won't speak now, my head will blast. Guru was like, you can take your own decision. So he requested Guru, just away from the Gurukul, in the jungles, make me a small hut and provide me 2 times meal in the hut. I won't be coming here for next 1 month. Guru said, okay, this was done. After 1 month, Guru goes there. That boy was not there in the hut. So Guru started searching for that boy. After some time, Guru got silent. 3 months later, this boy comes in and there was an exceptional aura on his face. And he greeted everyone in a very beautiful manner. So Guru asked him, what is the reason behind such a beautiful aura, calmness on your face? He gave a very simple answer to the Guru. And he gave that answer, when I used to speak a lot, okay, what happened? I used to hear the voices from outside. But when I chose silence, I started understanding one thing. More than outside, there is lot many voices going within me. So first of all, I have to answer the voices that is going within me. So that is a power of silence. I hope the person who had asked me the question, he got his answer. So the first important here aspect is silence yourself. Because until unless your mind is calm, you won't be able to take right decisions in life. Correct? So Heenan, they believed in one thing, that Heenan, they believed that Buddha was not a god. He was a normal human being like us. Then, Heenan believed that those who follow the path that is preached by Buddha, even they can become Buddha. Simple words, they believed in the concept of Pratyek Buddha. Simple words, everyone can become Buddha. They believed in symbolic worship. They did not believe in idol worship. And majority of the literature of Heenan is in Pali language. Then comes Mahayana. Mahayana, precisely speaking, they believed that Buddha was a god. And in general, they started the practice of idol worship. They started worshipping the idols of Buddha. Okay? And Mahayana followers of Buddhism, their texts are majorly a mix of both Pali and Sanskrit language. And then finally comes Vajrayana form of Buddhism, which is an offshoot of Mahayana. Vajra means weapon. Now, these people believed in magical powers. They believed in spiritual powers. They believed that rather than following the path of Buddha, that is well and good enough, rather than worshipping Buddha, again, that is good enough, why don't we acquire spiritual and magical powers through tantric activities? And through this, we will acquire a weapon or a vajra. And that will become the path for our salvation. So they believed in magical powers or tantric activities. They believed in idol worship. They believed in the simple path, what we say, preached by Buddha. Heenan literature is majorly as a part of Pali language. Mahayana, it's a mixture of Sanskrit as well as Pali language. Okay? And Vajrayana, they believed in something called as magical powers. I'll give you a very simple example. There are many monasteries of northeastern part of India. And there are many monasteries located in the region of Ladakh. They follow tantric practices, Vajrayana. Okay, there are different monasteries like Tawang Monastery, then Khe Monastery, Tabo Monastery. They follow Vajrayana form of Buddhism. Okay, yes, perfect, Harsh, majorly in the eastern and northeastern part of India. So very simple language, lower vehicle for salvation, Heenan, higher vehicle for salvation, Mahayana, magical powers for salvation, Vajrayana. Got it? Note down fast, sect of Buddhism. Please fast. Sect of Buddhism. Yes, correct, Vijayendra ji. They worship Taras. Now please note down fast. Sect of Buddhism. First, Heenan. It is, please note down fast, okay? It is lower vehicle for salvation. It is lower vehicle for salvation. Majority of their literature is in Pali language. Majority of their literature is in Pali language. Mahayana. Sorry, in Heenan, one more point. They believed in symbolic worship. They believed in symbolic worship. Now come to Mahayana. Himanshu, you have a question that if both the sects are different, then the language should be different. Okay, I'll tell you, there were 4 Buddhist councils. The language of the last council was specifically Sanskrit. Why? Because previous to 4th Buddhist council, what happened? There was no division such as Heenan, Mahayana. Okay, in 4th Buddhist council, there was division, Heenan and Mahayana. And when there was a division, the language got changed. So the council was in Sanskrit then. Okay. Joel, what is symbolic worship? I'll tell you. Now, these people worshipped lotus. They worshipped horse. Okay, why lotus? Lotus symbolizes birth of Buddha. Horse, it symbolizes the process of renunciation. Hence, these people believed in symbolic worship. Okay, Joel? So, they believed in symbolic worship. Mahayana. They believed in idol worship. Himanshu, hope I have answered your question. They believed in idol worship. Their literature is in Pali as well as Sanskrit language. Vajrayan. They believed in acquiring magical powers for attaining salvation. They also believed in tantric activities. Okay? They also believed in tantric activities. Okay? Like tantric activities, there are many famous temples of India also, there are tantric activities being followed. Have you heard about the temple of Kamakhya Devi located in Guwahati? Okay. And recently in the newspaper, like it is said that Ambubachi Mela was celebrated in Kamakhya Devi temple, which is located in Guwahati, Assam. Correct? And it is also called as Amiti festival. Lot of tantric activities are performed. It is believed that like goddess Kamakhya, she goes for 2 to 3 days of menstrual cycle during the 2 to 3 days in the entire year. And this Ambubachi Mela, there is a lot of tantric, activities going on during these 2 to 3 days. That Mela is also called as Mahakumbh of the East. Okay? So, yes, I'll repeat the last line. Do not worry. Do not worry. Vajrayan form of Buddhism also believed in tantric activities. Okay? Shivani clear, Abhishek clear. And Vajrayan form of Buddhism believed in tantric activities. Secondly, note down, Manjushri Mool Kalp. Manjushri Mool Kalp is an important book on Vajrayan form of Buddhism. Yes, Joel, you have a question. Where do these sects are followed? These sects are actually intermingled. Okay, Heinyan is also followed in certain Korean countries. It is also followed in Japan. It is also followed in China. Same with Mahayana. Okay, so there is no specific locations about this. It is intermingling of both. Okay. Shivani, the first pointer of Vajrayan. Vajrayan believed in magical powers for attaining salvation. Okay, the first point of Vajrayan. Abhishek and Shivani. The question is, Prathamesh, you had asked, Vajrayan, this book, Manjushri Mool Kalp is a book on Vajrayan form of Buddhism. Okay? Dhanaraj, history say approximately you can expect 5 to 7 questions. Okay? Vipassana, yes, Vipassana is a practice. It's a practice through which one goes for practice of meditation and self-cleansing. That will come under Heinyan. Okay? Vijendra? Clear? Now let's move on with the next topic. Now, what are the symbols associated with Buddhism? Okay. Abhishek, the last point of Vajrayan was Manjushri Mool Kalp is a book associated with Vajrayan form of Buddhism. Okay. Atul, who wrote Manjushri Mool Kalp? There were different authors who wrote Manjushri Mool Kalp, but major part was being written by Nagarjun and Asang. Okay. But there are, these are the ideas of different authors at that time. Now let's understand about symbols associated with Buddha. Yesterday we had seen all the concepts about how Buddha left his home. After leaving his home, how Buddha specifically learned the practice of meditation, then how under a people tree he sat for 49 days, and after this he attained enlightenment, also referred as nirvana. So that is given a symbolic format. So the first symbol is lotus. What does lotus symbolize? It simply symbolizes birth of Buddha, because lotus is a symbol of piousness. It is a symbol of purity. Then comes horse. Now, if you remember, we had seen that 4 incidents drastically changed Buddha's life. And what were they? An old man bent with age, sick man groaning with pain, a dead body, and finally a sannyasi or an ascetic. And he was very much attracted towards that ascetic. So what happened? After seeing these 4 incidents, he decided to renounce his worldly life. So in the midnight, on his horse, whose name was Kantak, the name of the horse, and the charioteer's name was Channa, who was driving that horse. Okay? So they left him in the middle of the jungle. So what does the horse symbolizes? The process of renouncing the home. So horse symbolizes Mahabhinish Kraman. Okay? Then comes people tree. If you remember, I have told you the entire story. After renouncing his worldly life, Siddharth first visited Rajgriha. From here, he went to Vaishali. Here, he met 2 spiritual teachers. From there, he went to Gaya. That is Bodh Gaya, presently in Bihar. And in Gaya, on the banks of Niranjana or Falgu river, under a peepal tree, he meditated for the next 49 days. And on the 49th day, he attained enlightenment or nirvana. So the peepal tree under which Buddha meditated is called as what? Bodhi tree. So Bodhi tree symbolizes nirvana. Lotus symbolizes birth, symbolizes piousness or purity. Buddha renounced his worldly life in the midnight, and he came into the jungles with the help of his horse, whose name was Kantak. And horse symbolizes Mahabhinishkraman, the process of renunciation. Peepal tree or Bodhi tree, it symbolizes the process of attaining enlightenment. Okay? Then, Dharma Chakra. As I've told you, after attaining enlightenment, Buddha delivered his first sermon in a deer park. Okay? He delivered his first sermon in a deer park at a place called as Sarnath near Varanasi. So he delivered his first sermon to 5 people. And these 5 people, he met him in a deer park. So what does the deer symbolizes? Deer symbolizes disciples of Buddha. And after meeting them, he gave him his first sermon, his first pravachan. So his first sermon or pravachan, it is symbolized by Dharma Chakra. I repeat, after attaining enlightenment, Siddharth, he comes to Sarnath, Varanasi. He comes in a deer park. And when he comes in a deer park, he meets 5 people. So these 5 people are symbolized as deer. So deer are disciples of Buddha. And the place where he delivered the sermon, it is referred as Dharma Chakra. So first sermon is Dharma Chakra. Okay? Yes, Mahabhinishkraman cannot be related to Sannyas Ashram, but it can be related to Vanaprastha Ashram, process of renunciation. Okay, Deepak? So, Dharma Chakra and deer. There's no need to remember the other symbols like conch shell. Okay, one more symbol you have to remember, stupa. You might have heard about different stupas, correct? Sanchi Stup, okay, Ramabhar Stup, Kesariya Stup. Okay, so what is stupa? Now let's understand about stupa. Listen to me very, very carefully. Buddha, at the age of 80, he was at a place called as Vaishali. And at Vaishali, after having his last meal from a blacksmith named as Kunda, he told his disciples that my time is near, I am going to relinquish my body. And he starts living in a hut along with his what we say, favorite disciple whose name was Anand. So when he was staying with the favorite disciple, there was a person who came to meet him. He asked him that, I have heard that you are going to relinquish your body. So who will show us the further path? So Buddha's last words were, Apa Deepo Bhava. Be your own light. Okay, I'm just going to show you the direction. It is your responsibility, your duty to follow that path. Okay? And after this, Buddha died. So what happened? The process of the death of Buddha in history of Buddhism is called as Mahaparinirvana. We have seen this. Now what happened after this? It is said by many historians and Buddhist scholars that the body parts of Buddha were being distributed among 8 royal families. And this distribution was done by a Brahmin referred as Drona. So the body parts of the Buddha, like after cremation, the certain, what we say, the parts were being given to different royal families. So what did these royal families do? They constructed stupa over these body parts. So what does the stupa symbolize? Stupa simply signifies the death of Buddha or the process of Mahaparinirvana. Okay? So I'll repeat, lotus is birth, horse is renunciation. Deepak, listen to me carefully. What is renunciation? Leaving behind everything. Okay, leaving the family, leaving everything behind. Renunciation, horse. Bodhi tree, the people tree under which Buddha attained enlightenment. Fourth thing, deer. These are the disciples of Buddha. Very good, said by Vijendra. Deer means dear disciples. Fourth one. Fifth one, his first sermon is called as Dharma Chakra. And after his death, his body parts were distributed among 8 royal families by a Brahmin named as Drona. And these royal families constructed stupa over these body parts. So this stupa symbolizes death of Buddha or Mahaparinirvana. Got it? Note down as fast as possible. Lotus, just one sentence, that's it. Lotus. Deepak, am I clear? Renunciation, did you understand? Lotus. Give the heading, symbols associated with Buddha. Okay, Shivangi, what is stupa? See, what happened after the death of Buddha, his body parts were being distributed among royal families. So these royal families or the kings, they constructed stupa over that. Okay, I'll give you example of few stupas. Just give me a second. Suppose, just a second, okay. You guys have seen this structure? Correct? This structure you might have seen. This is called as stupa. Okay? This is Sanchi stupa. So, in very simple words, what happened? The body parts were being distributed and the royal families constructed this structure, which is referred as stupa. Now, is it clear, Shivani? Others? Yes, Hamom? The body part was being distributed by Drona, Brahmin named as Drona. Hamom, clear? Okay, now coming back. So please note down symbols associated with Buddha. I'm on mute. Sanidhya, I'm not on mute. I'm audible to everyone because everyone is answering here. All the stupas do not have body parts. Few among them have, such as Sanchi Stup, which is located in what we say Raisen district of Madhya Pradesh. Not all the stupas. Okay? Okay. Himanshu, there is no necessity to remember the Sankh or a conch shell. Shankh or a conch shell simply signifies the thoughts of Buddha. because they are very pious in nature. Okay? Yes, Dhanush, stupas are the important places where Buddhist practices are being followed. Got it clear? Joel, the name of the Brahmin was Drone. Drone, who distributed them. Clear, everyone? Note it down fast. Lotus symbolizes purity and birth of Buddha. Horse, it symbolizes renunciation. Mahabhinishkraman. It symbolizes renunciation. Mahabhinishkraman. People tree, also called as Bodhi tree. It symbolizes nirvana. That is enlightenment. Enlightenment. Dharma Chakra. First sermon at Sarnath, Varanasi. First sermon, Sarnath, Varanasi. Deer, disciples of Buddha. And finally, stupa, Mahaparinirvan or death of Buddha. Mahaparinirvan or death of Buddha. Okay? Horse, Deepak, horse symbolizes Mahabhinishkraman. That is renunciation, process of leaving the home. Got it, Deepak? Now, this question has not been asked so far in IB. Okay. Yes, Prathamesh, stupa signifies death of Buddha, Mahaparinirvana. Okay? Guys, this question about Chaitya and Vihar, so far, it has not been asked in IB. Okay. But I'll tell you one important fact. Okay. And what is that? Yes, Yeram, deer symbolizes disciples of Buddha, followers of Buddha. Okay. Vijendra, white elephant was a story associated with his mother, not with Buddha. Got it? Yeram and Vijendra, am I clear? I want the points and the facts to be clear. Am I clear, both of them? Okay. Deepak, Bodhi tree. Bodhi tree symbolizes the place where Buddha sat, okay, for attaining enlightenment. So, Bodhi tree symbolizes nirvana, enlightenment. Okay. Prathamesh, Bodhi tree, the tree under which Siddhartha or Buddha sat for 49 days and meditated. So, Bodhi tree, it simply signifies enlightenment or nirvana. Is it clear, Prathamesh? Okay. Yes, Harsh, very true. It simply signifies, Harsh, you are well read in that case. Okay. Sanidhya, deer means disciple. I have told approximately around 7 to 8 times about deer. Deer means disciple. Okay. Now, this question, like, it has not been asked in IB, but probability is that specific that it could be asked. Why? Because as I've told you, like, exams usually have a tendency sometimes to repeat the questions. So, yes, this question had been asked in UPSC, but not in IB. Secondly, this question has been asked, have you heard about these two examinations? CDS and NDA. Correct? So, these questions have been asked in that. And there was nothing called as specifically consider the following statement or something like. Direct question, what is Chaitya and what is Vihar? So this is a structure of a Chaitya. Just imagine what I'm telling right now. Just imagine. Okay? Suppose this is a structure of the cave. You are standing at the entrance of the cave. Just imagine. Okay? At the end of the cave, you observe one thing. Just before the end of the cave, you will observe one small stupa or an idol of Buddha. You are standing at the entrance of the cave. Just before the end of the cave, you will observe a small stupa or idol of the Buddha. Now you enter the cave. As you enter the cave, you will stand in front of that stupa. Okay? After standing in front of the stupa, you will go and perform pradakshina. Like we go to the temples, we go to the temple of Lord Hanuman, Goddess Durga, Lord Shiva. We go to the temple of what we say, Lord Kartikeya. What do? We perform pradakshina, circumambulation. So you are standing at the entrance of the cave. Now you have entered the cave. You are standing in front of the stupa or the idol of the Buddha. After some time, you perform pradakshina. And then you come and sit in front of the idol. The place where you sit in front of the idol or in front of the stupa, that place is called as Chaitya Griha. In simple words, prayer hall. So what is Chaitya Griha? Prayer hall. Okay? Just where you are sitting, what happens? There are the space where you are sitting. Just besides that space, what happens? There are pillars. So behind these pillars, there are small cubical columns. And these cubical columns are called as vihar. What is vihar? Residing place for monk and nun. Simple word, in vihar, these monks and nuns will live. And in Chaitya Griha, they will do prayer. Now, when did this practice began? I'll give you a very simple example. Monk and a nun, they have to live their life as per what? They have to live their life as per, they have to live on the alms. Alms means bhiksha. But during the monsoon season, they cannot take bhiksha. So the rulers at that time, they used to patronize these monks and nuns. And these monks and nuns used to stay in the caves. So the structure of the caves was in this manner. Okay? I'll give you a very simple example about this for easier understanding. I'll give you an example of one of the cave. Can you observe the structure of the cave? We are entering. End of this, there is a stupa. Person will perform circumambulation. These are the pillars. And besides these pillars, one can find cubical columns. Okay? So these are the Karle caves, Bhaja caves located in Pune. Very good, Shantanu. You are, what we say, specifically you have visited that. Yes. Near Pune, there's a place called as Khandala and Lonavala. There you will find these caves. Okay? So this is the structure. So in very simple language, very simple words, what is Chaitya Vihar? Very easy. Chaitya means prayer hall. Vihar means residing place for monk and nun, where they will stay. That's it. Okay? So I would like you to draw this. Prathamesh, Ajanta Caves, I'll be telling, don't worry. You have a question. Who is there? Manuru. Manuru, major stupas. If you want to note down, you can note down the major stupas. Sanchi Stup is the major stup. Amravati Stupa is the major stup, second major stup. Okay? I'll be talking about them as well. Did you understand the structure? Yes, please. Do you want me to explain again? Clear? Very good. Please draw this. Just draw this. Done? Caves related to Buddhism. Okay, related festivals to Buddhism. Okay. There's no need to remember the major festivals related to Buddhism from the perspective of IB. But I'll tell you one thing that needs to be remembered. Whenever you are reading current affairs, okay, so pick up any magazine for current affairs, probably Study IQ will be providing that. In that, fairs and festivals are mentioned. So please memorize these fairs and festival, because these fairs and festivals are not only important from historical perspective, but also important from the perspective of current affairs. That's it you have to remember. There's nothing specific that you have to remember. Okay, Himanshu ji? Okay. Just in front of Chaitya, arrow and note down prayer hall. In front of Vihar, note down residing place for monks and nuns. Residing place for monk and nun. Got it? Okay. One question. My one question. Okay. And the question is, how many Buddhist councils were there? Yes. Atul says 4, Prathamesh says 4, Abhishek 4, and Ashish says 6. Hamam says 8, Deepak says 2, and the rest, Rashmi, Akhil, Himanshu, Raghu, Akash, everyone says 4, Raghu says 5. Joel says 5. My friends, I'll tell you one thing. Okay. Unofficially, I repeat, unofficially, there were 6 Buddhist council. Prarthana is correct in that case. But officially, there were only 4 Buddhist council. So we have to go for the official part. Okay? Unofficially 6, officially 4. So just remember, totally there were 4 Buddhist council. Okay? Now, before I explain you the Buddhist council, let me explain you the concept of 3 Pitakas. Vinay Pitak, Sutta Pitak, and Abhidhamma Pitak. Because if I don't explain this concept, you won't be able to understand the councils. Okay. Listen to me very, very carefully. I'm explaining a very easier concept, which is not only important from the perspective of IB, ACIO, Tier 1 and Tier 2, but also important from the perspective of other exams such as SSC, SSC CGL, NDA, CDS, and EPFO. Now, what is 3 Pitakas? Just remember this. Vijendra, if the question comes in the examination, how many councils were there? Please mark answer 4. Because I have told you, unofficially it was 6. Officially, there were 4. Pay attention carefully. 3. The word 3 basically means 3. Pitakas means basket. 3 Pitakas means 3 basket of books. So what are these 3 basket? Vinay Pitak, Sutta Pitak, and Abhidhamma Pitak. All these Pitak are related with the books associated with Buddhism. So 3 Pitakas, in simple words, are written in Pali language. First thing. Second thing, these are the books associated with Buddhism. Second thing. Third thing, here, Vinay Pitak, Sutta Pitak, and Abhidhamma Pitak, these are 3 different categories. Now, what is Vinay Pitak? Let's understand. Vinay Pitak is a book on discipline. Okay, I'll give you a very simple example for easier understanding of the concept. Now, what happened when Buddha, he attained knowledge, he attained nirvana. I'll tell you this concept, I'll tell you this philosophy so that you can understand things. He attained nirvana. And so his father, Shuddhodhan, he came to know about this, that his son has become a dharma guru. So 9 times he sent people to call him back to Kapilavastu, but he did not come back. When the 10th time delegation was sent to call him back, he said, yes, I will come back to Kapilavastu. But before coming back to Kapilavastu, he visited the place Rajgriha for the 2nd time. And when he visited Rajgriha, he observed that people were suffering. There was a lot of dukh in people's life. And so he wanted to cure that. So at Rajgriha, Buddha started Buddhist Sangh. And here, anyone who aspires to become a monk or a nun, he has to follow certain rules and regulations. Okay, I'm just telling this as a part of story. You need not remember this, but I'm explaining the concept of Vinay Pitak. Okay, so he started Buddhist Sangh at Rajgriha. And anyone who wants to become a monk or a nun, he has to take few pledges, few vows, such as Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami, and Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. It simply means I take refuge in the teachings of Buddha. Very simple. Okay. So anyone who wants to become a monk or a nun, he has to follow certain rules and regulations. Like they cannot randomly have food at any time of the day. There is a fixed time to have a food. They can only have food while taking alms, that is bhiksha. They cannot store food. They cannot have money or assets with them. They have to leave everything behind. Okay, so there are certain rules and regulations to be followed. So these rules and regulations are mentioned in Vinay Pitak. Very simple words. Vinay Pitak is nothing but book on rules and regulations. First thing, Sutta Pitak. Sutta Pitak, specifically, it is a book on different discourses of Buddha. Very simple language, I'll tell you. Yesterday, I've told you a very simple story. What was that story? I've told you a very simple story specifically that there was a person who went to Buddha and asked him a question, what is the value of life? So Buddha answered in such a manner that he gave him a stone and told him, go and understand the value of the stone without selling this. Correct? So this entire episode is mentioned in Sutta Pitak. Second thing, I'll give you another important, you might have heard about the famous story of Angulimal. Okay? So Angulimal story, it is mentioned in Sutta Pitak. So these are the pravachans of whom? Buddha. And Abhidhamma Pitak. Getting the points clear? Abhidhamma Pitak. Abhidhamma Pitak basically means philosophy of Buddhism. Like we have studied 4 Noble Truth, 8-fold Path yesterday. So this comes under philosophy. So Vinay Pitak, I will repeat the point again, Hamam and Joel. Vinay Pitak, very, very simple language, book on discipline, book on rules and regulation. Sutta Pitak, these are discourses of Buddha, these are pravachans of Buddha, these are sermons of Buddha. And Abhidhamma Pitak, Buddhism philosophy. And 3 of them combined together is called as 3 Pitakas or 3 basket of books. Okay? Yes, correct. Harsh, Jatak stories are also the stories associated with the previous births of Buddha and so on. Very good. Jatak stories are a different part. They are not a part of 3 Pitakas. Okay, Harsh? Did you get this point? Joel, Hamam, Sutta Pitaka. Okay, I'll repeat. Akash, Sutta Pitaka is nothing but sermons or pravachans of Buddha. Questions and answers of Buddha. That's it. Clear, Akash? Yes. So please draw this and then I'll tell you. Abhidhamma Pitak Abhishek, it is nothing but philosophy of Buddhism. Like yesterday we had studied about 4 Noble Truth and 8-fold Path. Do you remember? right speech, right conduct, right effort, right concentration, right mindfulness, right thought, right understanding. I've explained that in depth and detail. That is nothing but philosophy. Philosophy will come in Abhidhamma Pitak. Clear, Abhishek and Harsh? Okay. Please draw this and then we'll note down. Yes, very good. Yes, perfect, Tush. Ashtangika Marg. Very good. Also referred as Madhyam Marg. Very good. This sounds very good that you guys are actually revising things. Very good. Yes, Himanshu, these books were written by the disciples, Buddhist monks. Okay. Now, please note down, Tripitakas are 3 baskets of books written in Pali language. Tripitakas are 3 baskets of books written in Pali language. First part, Vinay Pitak. It is a book on discipline. It mentions about rules and regulations for monk and nun. It mentions about rules and regulations for monk and nun. Sutta Pitak. It mentions about different sermons and discourses of Buddha. Discourses means pravachans. It mentions about different sermons and discourses of Buddha. Last one, Abhidhamma Pitak. Philosophy of Buddhism. Philosophy of Buddhism. Got it? Abhidhamma Pitak is nothing but philosophy of Buddhism. Okay, what happened here? Now let's understand about Buddhist Council and what do we need to remember from the perspective of examination. Let's understand that. Okay. As I've told you, there were 4 Buddhist Council. Usually, IB won't go into much depth and detail. But what all things that we need to remember, let's understand. Where was this council held? Who patronized this council? Okay? That is a major thing that you have to remember. So first Buddhist council was held at Satapani caves in Rajgriha. Okay. If you remember Ajat-Shatru, we have studied about the Haryanka dynasty ruler Ajat-Shatru in depth and detail. So the first Buddhist council was held at Satapani caves, Rajgriha. It was patronized by Ajat-Shatru and presided by Mahakashyap. That is the thing that you have to remember. That's it. Second Buddhist council also we have discussed. If you remember Shishunag dynasty, Shishunag dynasty was being founded by Shishunag himself. And Shishunag was succeeded by his son, whose name was Kal Ashok. Kal Ashok is also referred as Kaka Varna. Correct? Very good, Harsh. Very good, Lopamudra. Jatin. Kal Ashok is also referred as Kaka Varna. Correct? Second Buddhist council was patronized by Kal Ashok or Kaka Varna and presided by Sabkami. And it was held at Vaishali. So first Buddhist council, you have to remember only these things, what I'm telling. First Buddhist council, it was held at Satapani Caves, Rajgriha, patronized by Ajat Shatru, presided by Mahakashyap. Second Buddhist council, patronized by Shishunag dynasty ruler Kal Ashok or Kakavarna. Correct? Held at Vaishali, presided by Sabkami. Third Buddhist council, very, very important. Why? Because it was being patronized by one of the most important rulers of Mauryan dynasty, Ashok. So third Buddhist council was held at Patliputra and patronized by Ashok. And the most important point, right now we have seen about 3 Pitakas, Vinay Pitak, Sutta Pitak and Abhidhamma Pitak. The compilation of 3 Pitakas was held in third Buddhist council. Very easy to remember. Third 3 Pitakas. Third 3. Okay. So third Buddhist council held at Patliputra, patronized by Ashok. Okay. Harsh, there is no necessity of remembering the outcome. Outcome of third and fourth Buddhist council is important. So what is the outcome of third Buddhist council? Compilation of 3 Pitakas. Okay. Fourth Buddhist council. Fourth Buddhist council was held in Kashmir and it was patronized by Kushan dynasty ruler Kanishka. Fourth Buddhist council. We have seen sect of Buddhism, Heenan and Mahayana. So when did the outcome Heenan and Mahayana come? It was in fourth Buddhist council. So Heenan and Mahayana, there was Shiism in Buddhism. Simple words, there was differences in Buddhism at fourth Buddhist council. So fourth Buddhist council saw the creation of sect of Buddhism such as Heenan and Mahayana. And one of the most important feature, only the fourth Buddhist council was held in Sanskrit language. The previous 3 councils were held in Pali language. So please remember that. Okay. I will repeat again in short. Pay attention carefully. First Buddhist council, it was what we say patronized by Ajat Shatru, held at Satapani Caves, Rajgriha. That's it. Second Buddhist council was held at Vaishali, patronized by Shishunag dynasty ruler Kal Ashok, also referred as Kakavarna. That's it. Third Buddhist council was held at Patliputra, patronized by Ashok, and this council saw the compilation of 3 Pitakas. We have seen Vinay Pitak, Sutta Pitak, and Abhidhamma Pitak. That's it. Fourth Buddhist council was held in Kashmir and patronized by Kushan dynasty ruler whose name was Kanishk. It is not 728 AD, it is 72 AD. Okay. So it was patronized by Kushan dynasty ruler Kanishk. And one important aspect, very, very important. What is that? This is the only council which was held in Sanskrit language. The previous 3 councils were held in Pali language. And one more point, this council saw the division in Buddhism into 2 parts, Heenan and Mahayana. Clear? Yes. Burzahom in Kashmir. Yes, that's a different place. That's a Neolithic place, Shantanu. Pali and Prakrit are different. Pali, this is a major dominant language in Buddhism. Prakrit is a dominant language in what we say Jainism. Got it? Harsh? Okay. Please note down fast. First Buddhist council. It was held at Satapani Caves, Rajgriha. See, who has asked? Bhargav. Vajrayan. As I have told you, Vajrayan is not a separate sect. It is derived from Mahayana. Okay? Bhargav ji. Shivani. I'll mention about the points. I'm mentioning about everything. Do not worry. Yes, Amisha. The other 2 They were held, like, see, the fourth Buddhist council, it is said that it was held in Sri Lanka, Tambapani caves as well. But it was not given the status of a council because it was patronized by a local chieftain, okay, whose name was Vatagami Abhay. And the sixth Buddhist council was held specifically in Burma, Kabaye. So these two were the unofficial councils. Okay, Amisha? Yes. First Buddhist council, it was held at Satyapani Caves, Rajgriha, presided by Mahakashyap. Abhishek, it is not necessary to remember who presided that, but probably if there is a question, there's no harm in remembering that, okay? So, first Buddhist council held at Satyapani Caves, Rajgriha, patronized by Ajatshatru, presided by Mahakashyap. That's it. Second Buddhist council, Dhanush, the break will be at 3:20. Okay. Hamam, how it led to the division? See, specifically there were the differences between what needs to be followed and what not need to be followed between monk and nun. Okay. And because of this, like, some believe that it is not necessary that we take alms only one time in a day. It is not necessary that we take meals only at the fixed time of the day. So there were differences between the monks. And these differences led to the creation of the two sect. Is it clear, Hamam? Yes. Second Buddhist council was held at Vaishali. It was patronized by Kal Ashok or Kakavarna, presided by Sabakami. You only need to remember what I'm telling. That's it. Third Buddhist council held at Patliputra, patronized by Ashok, presided by Upatissa. Is it clear, Amisha? Presided by Upatissa. Fourth Buddhist council, patronized by Kushan dynasty ruler Kanishk. Third one, Prathamesh, is this, held at Patliputra, patronized by Ashok, presided by Upatissa. One more thing about Third Buddhist Council, very important, you need to note down. Compilation of 3 Pitakas. Third Buddhist Council. Compilation of 3 Pitakas. Is it clear? Yes, very good, Rishi, very good. Tissa was brother of Ashok. Very good. Yes, we'll study about Jainism. Do not worry. I'll clear the curiosity. Himanshu, do not worry. We'll study about that. Okay. Fourth Buddhist Council, held at Kashmir, patronized by Kushan dynasty ruler Kanishk, presided by Vasumitra and Ashwaghosh. Yes, Dhanush, Upatissa, Tissa, same person. Only council to be held in Sanskrit language. This council saw the division of Buddhism into 2 parts, Hinayan and Mahayana. Okay. Yes, Naresh, to an extent, certain data is necessary to remember, not the every one, but certain parts are actually necessary to be remembered because questions can crop up from there as well. Yes, Deepak, what do you want me to repeat? The last one. The fourth Buddhist council, it was held at Kashmir. Akash, Deepak, I'm repeating that point. Shantanu. Fourth Buddhist council was held at Kashmir. It was patronized by Kushan dynasty ruler Kanishk. Okay. Apart from this, it was the only council to be held in Sanskrit language. And last one was, this council saw the division in Buddhism into two parts, Heenyan and Mahayana. Clear? Yes, Hamam. Majority of the Buddhist council are held after the death of Buddha. Correct. Yes, Tush. Yes, you can go through the PDF. Okay. There's no need to remember the major data. Okay, guys, you can just go through the PDF. Okay. Language part, Joel. The language part goes like, specifically, all the three initial councils were held in Pali language, and the fourth council was held in Sanskrit language. That's it. Okay. Joel, first, second, and third in Pali language, fourth in Sanskrit. Clear? Okay. Yes, Deepak, I'll try to attach. See what happens usually immediately after the class, there's another class. So I usually find a very bit, like little time to what we say, manage whatever the things that I've written on the PDF in another PDF. So I'll forward this PDF, but I'm trying to do that. I have spoken to the team in that case. Okay. So please do not worry about that, because many of you had a question, sir, can we get specifically the PDF of what we had studied? Like, I'll tell you one thing. Like, see, I'm checking it right now. I have asked the team initially. I have messaged the team almost like 2 days back that please upload the PDF before my what we say session, so that it would be quite easier for the aspirants to remember things. So in that case, the team has tried. Okay. So I'll do that. I'll try and find out a solution for this, Deepak. Okay. Yes. PDF kahan pe uploaded hai? Roop Chandra, PDF you will get on the app. PDF you can also get on the Telegram channel. Okay. Yes, Akash, Buddha's last, what we say, dates or where he died, his sermons, it was majorly in the region of Vaishali. Okay. And who had asked me a question? Naresh, what is the date of the first Buddhist council? It is approximately around 483 BC. Okay. Raj, how many months current affairs should be covered? At least 1 year's current affairs should be covered. At least 1 year. Minimum, I'm saying. Okay. Yes, I'll try, Harsh, that I will cover the major part of the history. Ancient, I'm going to cover. But I'll try that I cover medieval and modern as well. But see what the team plans in that case. Yes, Harsh, I'll try. Okay. Dhanraj and Deepak, the source of current affairs, the current affairs they will be providing you very soon. Do not worry about that. The content for current affairs will be provided to you guys very soon. Deepak, it is not necessary to remember the time period of everything. Just remember the chronology. Okay. Yes, Sia, the death of Buddha took place specifically in the region of Malla. Yes, Anjali, just revise the notes that I'm giving you. Just revise the PDF that is shared with you. Also, certain PDF would be shared by the Study IQ team to you. Just revise that. That's it. Nothing to read extra apart from this. The two parts of Prathamesh, fourth Buddhist council were Heenyan and Mahayana. Okay. Caleb, the Telegram channel is IBACIO English batch. That's it. Now let's come to Jainism. Now, before I start with Jainism, I have one simple question to you guys. And that question is like, how many Tirthankars are there in Jainism? Any idea? Have you heard about the word Tirthankar? Anyone? Any idea how many Tirthankars are there in Jainism? Rishi says it's 24. Harsh says it's 24. 21 by Prathamesh, 13 by Bhuvnesh. Okay. And 21 again by Prathamesh. Then everyone, Deepak, Pratibha, then Harsh. Everyone says 24. Okay. My friends, there are 24 Tirthankars in Jainism. Now listen to me very carefully. Very, very carefully. The word Jainism has been derived from the word Jina. And Jina basically means conqueror of senses. The person who has conquered his senses is referred as Jain or Jina. Okay. Now who is going to propagate the teachings of Jainism? There are Tirthankars who are going to propagate the teachings of Jainism. And as per Jainism, there are 24 Tirthankars. Okay? Now, Jainism has two sects. One is Digambar and other is Shwetambar. Now, who are Digambar? Who are Shwetambar? What is the genesis behind them? Listen to me very carefully. During the time of Chandragupta Maurya, there were two Jain monks, Bhadrabahu and Sthulabhadra. And they were propagating the teachings of Jainism in the region of Patliputra. And during the time of Chandragupta Maurya, a huge famine struck the region of Patliputra. So there were many Jain monks who started migrating towards southern part of India. Okay? In the region of Patliputra, there were two Jain monks. One was Bhadrabahu and second one was Sthulabhadra. Okay? Now, during the time of Chandragupta Maurya, there was a huge famine in the region of Patliputra. And there was exodus. Exodus means migration of many Jain monks. So many of them started migrating towards southern part of India. So there were certain monks under the guidance of Bhadrabahu. They moved towards South India, precisely Karnataka, more particularly Shravanbelagola. And these monks migrated under the guidance of Bhadrabahu. And Sthulabhadra and his disciples, they stayed in Patliputra itself. After 12 years, those who have migrated to Shravanbelagola came back to Patliputra. In simple words, Bhadrabahu and his followers came back to Patliputra. And when he came back to Patliputra, there were ideological differences between both of them, Bhadrabahu and Sthulabhadra. And after this, there was division in Jainism. The followers of Bhadrabahu came to be called as Digambar. On the other hand, the followers of Sthulabhadra came to be called as Shwetambar. Okay? I repeat the points again. During the time of Chandragupta Maurya, there was a huge famine in the region of Patliputra. Certain Jain monks under the guidance of Bhadrabahu moved towards southern part of India, particularly Shravanbelagola in Karnataka. After 12 years, they came back. So there were ideological differences between both of them, Bhadrabahu and Sthulabhadra. So the followers of Bhadrabahu, they came to be called as Digambar. Followers of Sthulabhadra came to be called as Shwetambar. Now, what do Digambar monks do? You might have seen many a times. Digambar monks, they do not wear clothes. They are completely naked. Not even a single piece of cloth on their body. Why? Because they believe that dig means disha. Disha means directions. These four directions are their apparels. These four directions, dig, disha or direction, ambar, sky. These are their apparels. And Shwetambar, Shwet means white. Shwetambar, they wear white clothes. So Digambar monks are completely naked. Shwetambars, they wear white clothes. Okay? Now, as per Jainism, there are 24 Tirthankar. And Digambars believed that all the 24 Tirthankars were male. Not even a single Tirthankar was a female. All the 24 Tirthankars. Okay? And Shwetambar believed that one Tirthankar was a female. And the Tirthankar was 19th Tirthankar. Okay? And her name was Malli Bai. And there's a temple dedicated to Malli Bai in Tamil Nadu. Mallagurudi Jain Temple. Okay? So Digambar, they believe that all the 24 Tirthankars are male. Shwetambar believed that one Tirthankar, that is 19th Tirthankar, is a female. And her name is Malli Bai. Got it? Now, specifically speaking, Digambar monks, there are 24 Tirthankars. The first Tirthankar was Rishabhnath or Adinath. And his symbol was bull. Then the most important one, 23rd Tirthankar. His name was Parshavnath. And his symbol was snake. And finally, Vardhaman Mahavir. He was the 24th Tirthankar. So Vardhaman Mahavir is the 24th Tirthankar with symbol as lion. Okay? So, first Tirthankar, Rishabhnath or Adinath. Male and specifically symbol is bull. 19th Tirthankar is Malli Bai. Okay, symbol is Kalash. I repeat, symbol is Kalash of Malli Bai. And temple dedicated to her is located in Tamil Nadu. Mallagurdi Jain Temple. 23rd Tirthankar, Parshavnath. Symbol snake. And 24th Tirthankar is Vardhaman Mahavir with symbol as lion. Okay. Now let's understand about Vardhaman Mahavir in short. And what do we need to remember about Vardhaman Mahavir? First thing, we need to remember about the parents of Vardhaman Mahavir. Second thing, we need to remember about at what age did he renounce his worldly life. At what age did he attain true knowledge? At what age and place did he die? These are the things that we need to remember about Vardhaman Mahavir. So listen to me very, very carefully. Vardhaman Mahavir, he is considered as a 24th Tirthankar as per Jainism. His symbol was lion. His father's name was Siddharth and his mother's name was Trishla. Now, precisely speaking, Vardhaman is called by different names. He is also called as Sanmati. He is also called as Ativir. He is also called as Nathputra. Now, why he's called, like specifically, why he's called as Nathputra? There is a reason behind that. Siddharth, who was father of Vardhaman Mahavir, he was the head of Natrik clan. I repeat, Siddharth, who was the father of Vardhaman Mahavir, was the head of the Natrik clan located in Vaishali. Got it? Since he was the head of Natrik clan, and since Vardhaman Mahavir was son of the head of Natrik clan, he is called as Nathputra. So, Vardhaman Mahavir is called as Sanmati, Ativir, and Nathputra. Now, why is called as Ativir? Why is called as Vardhaman? He is called as Mahavir because of his bravery. Once upon a time, he was in a Gurukul. And in a Gurukul, the students of the Gurukul, they went by a riverside and they saw a snake coming towards them. Everyone started running here and there. Vardhaman Mahavir stood at that place very calmly. And just by this gesture, he tried to calm down the snake and the snake went away. And their guru was watching the entire incident and named him Ativir or Mahavir. That is the powerful and the courageous one. After gaining his education from the Gurukul, he started working for his people. Okay, he started working for his people. So one fine day, after working for his people, after taking care of the administration, Vardhaman Mahavir goes to his parents and says that, I want to become a monk. I want to leave everything behind. I want to renounce my worldly life. At that time, his parents, Siddharth and Trishla, did not support him and said, you have to take care of the administration. Okay. And you need to get married. So Shwetambar believed that Vardhaman Mahavir was married. Okay. And in fact, he had two daughters, Anuja and Priyadarshana. On the other hand, Digambars believed that Vardhaman Mahavir was lifetime brahmachari. He was a celibate. He never ever married at all. So Shwetambar believed that he married to Yashoda and he had two daughters. On the other hand, Digambars believed that he never ever married. So after some years, his parents passed away, Siddharth and Trishla. So now Vardhaman Mahavir goes to his elder brother that I want to renounce my worldly life. And his elder brother was Nandi Vardhan. He said that after parents, I have to take care of I have to take care of you. It's my responsibility. So I cannot allow you to renounce your worldly life. But still he requested his brother. And at the age of 30, Vardhaman Mahavir renounced his worldly life. For the next 12 years, till the age of 42, he kept on wandering from place to place. He lived a life of ascetic, a sannyasi, a vairagi. And he was completely naked. Rather it be the monsoon season, rather it be the summer season, the winter season. He used to walk barefooted for miles. And at the age of 42, he reached on the banks of Rijupalika River. And on the banks of Rijupalika River, there was a city, a small town referred as Jrim Brik Gram. I repeat, Jrim Brik Gram in Bihar. And at the age of 42, he attained the true knowledge, Keval Gyan. For the next 30 years, he kept on preaching. And he died at the age of 72 at a place called as Pavapuri in Bihar. Please do not get confused. Buddha's original name was Siddharth. Vardhaman Mahavir's father name was Siddharth. Buddha's wife name was Yashodhara. As per Shwetambar, Vardhaman Mahavir was married and he had a wife named as Yashoda. Buddha died at a place called as Pava, which is in UP. And Vardhaman Mahavir died at a place called as Pavapuri, which is in Bihar. Okay? So this is majorly about the Tirthankars. Hope the point is clear, crystal clear. Yes? See, Deepak, both Jainism and Buddhism were against the evil practices of Hinduism. So they are the offshoots of Shramana movement. And that was a movement which was against whom? Evil practices of Hinduism. So that is a major correlation between Buddhism and Jainism. Okay? Both of them did not follow the language majorly Sanskrit. Third, they came from diversified sect. Sanskrit was not the dominant language. And in fact, both of them were given patronization. Himanshu, you have asked me a question previously. Sir, why did Jainism, like specifically, it spread more in India rather than other countries? In very simple words, Buddhism, during the time of Ashoka, it spread to major part of India because Ashoka had sent missionaries to different parts of India. But later on, these missionaries started moving towards outside India, like Sri Lanka, China, Egypt, Syria, and so on. So Buddhism became more prominent in other countries than in India. On the other hand, Jainism got more patronizers in India in the form of kings. So Jainism spread majorly in India. Okay. Bimbisar also patronized Jainism, correct, Harsh? Deepak, both are not offshoots of Hinduism. They were against evil practices of Hinduism. Okay, Deepak? Yes, Naresh, thanks a lot. Okay. So please note down. Give the title Jainism. I'll go slowly. Please note down. भाई पानी तो रख दिया करो. Yes. Yes, Atul. Perfect. In fact, Ashoka sent his son Mahendra and daughter Sangamitra to Sri Lanka to spread Buddhism. Okay. Okay. Please note down fast. The word Jainism has been derived from the word Jinnah. The word Jainism has been derived from the word Jinnah, which means conqueror of senses. Harish, you have asked a question, Buddhism and Jainism, which one is the oldest? See, both are contemporary to each other. But if I go, Jainism is much older than Buddhism. Okay? Has been derived from the word Jinnah, which means conqueror of senses. As per Jainism, there are two sects. Shwetambar and Digambar. Yes, very good, Abhishek. Chandragupta Maurya went along with Bhadrabahu. Very good, Digambars. Very good, Abhishek. That's a good analytical ability where you are correlating things. That's really great. Okay. So, please note, during the time of Chandragupta Maurya, please, your pen should strike like a lightning, guys. Okay. During the time of Chandragupta Maurya, there was a famine in the region of Patliputra. Sallekha is majorly practiced, Vijendra, in Digambars. There was a famine in the region of Patliputra. Jain monks under guidance of Bhadrabahu moved towards Shravanbelagola in Karnataka and came after 12 years. There were ideological differences. Between Bhadrabahu and Sthula Bhadra. Deepak, they moved to Shravanbelagola in Karnataka. Okay. There were ideological differences between Bhadrabahu and Sthula Bhadra. Followers of Bhadrabahu were called as Digambar. Whereas followers of Sthul Bhadra were called as Shwetambar. Who believe that all the Tirthankars are male? Digambar or Shwetambar? Yes. Very good, Prathamesh. Digambar, Harsh, Digambar. Very good. Pankaj, Ranganathan, Jatin, Anjali. Very good. As per Digambar, all the 24 Tirthankars are male. Very good, everyone. As per Digambar, all the 24 Tirthankars are male. As per Shwetambar, 19th Tirthankar, Mallibai, was a female. With symbol of Kalash. First Tirthankar was Rishabhnath or Adinath. First Tirthankar was Rishabhnath or Adinath. With symbol as bull. Bull. Naresh, Kalash means earthen vessel, a pot filled with water. Okay, Naresh? First Tirthankar was Rishabhnath or Adinath with symbol as bull. Prathamesh, name of the 19th Tirthankar was Malli Bai. Twenty-third Tirthankar was Parshavnath. With symbol as snake. Very good, Harsh. With symbol as snake. Very good, Deepak. 24th Tirthankar was Vardhaman Mahavir. With symbol as lion. Very good. Very good. Very good, Nivedita, Harsh, Himanshu. Sadvik, Rishabhnath, every Tirthankar was Digambars majorly. Please note down upon Vardhaman Mahavir. Vardhaman Mahavir, parents, arrow. Parents, arrow. Siddharth, father. Trishla, mother. Siddharth, father. Trishla, mother. Yes, Prathamesh, the first Tirthankar was Rishabhnath or Adinath, whose symbol was bull. So, parents Siddharth and Trishla. Second point, right? Other names of Vardhaman. Other names of Vardhaman. So, please note down. Sanmati, Ativir and Nathputra. Sanmati, Ativir and Nathputra. Wife Yashoda. In bracket, write, as per Digambar, Vardhaman Mahavir was Brahmacharya, never married. Wife Yashoda. Bracket, as per Digambar, Vardhaman Mahavir was a Brahmacharya, never married. Daughters Anuja and Priyadarshana. Anuja and Priyadarshana. In bracket, write Priyadarshana married Jamli. Priyadarshana married Jamli, one of the disciples of Vardhaman Mahavir. One of the disciples of Vardhaman Mahavir. Okay. Renunciation at the age of 30. Please, in the starting, write birthplace of Vardhaman Mahavir, Kundagram near Vaishali. In the starting, please write Kundagram near Vaishali. Now write renunciation at the age of 30. Keval Gyan means true knowledge. Keval Gyan, arrow, true knowledge at the age of 42. Very good, Imanshu. At the age of 42, at Jrimbrigram. Jrimbrigram in Bihar. On the banks of Rijupalika River. Died at the age of 82. Yes. Keval Gyan, true knowledge at the age of 42. At a place called as Jrimbrigram in Bihar. On the banks of Rijupalika River. Okay, Prathamesh? Then died at the age of 72 at Pavapuri. Yes, correct, Abhishek. It is 72. At the age of 72 at Pavapuri. Again in Bihar. Yes, Prarthana. Mallinath temple is not in Gujarat, it is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, guys, today's session will be till 4:30, 4:35, not much beyond that because I have other classes. Now I'll go for a break, short break of 5 minutes. Not a big one. It is exactly 5:45 right now. Correct? 5:44. So we'll regather at 5:50. Okay, guys? Vijendra, I'll explain the temples associated with Buddhism, Jainism. Few important temples I'll be speaking about that. Do not worry. Naresh, he died, Lord Buddha died at the age of 80. Okay? Just remember the age. It's a rough figure. It's 3:42. My clock is showing me 3:44. Okay. Thanks a lot, Himanshu. Thanks a lot for the compliment. But still, there are many aspirants. So, please give a break. So, take a break of 5 to 6 minutes. We'll regather at 3:50. Okay? So, take a break for 5 minutes. Okay, guys? Okay, friends. Reassembled everyone? Yes. Okay. Good. So now, guys, let's understand about 5 important cardinal principles of Jainism. Okay, guys, very good. So these are called as 5 cardinal principles of Jainism. We had seen about Buddhism. We have talked about the 4 noble truths of Buddhism. Okay. We have seen about the eightfold path, also referred as Madhyam Marg or Ashtangika Marg. Similarly, here there are 5 cardinal principles. Okay. Satya, Ahimsa, Aste Achurya, Aparigraha, and Brahmacharya. Okay. Now, Satya. It simply specifies one thing: one should always speak the truth. Second, Ahimsa. I have spoken previously about this as well, that we have one connotation in mind. What is Hinsa or violence? We think that violence is majorly like violence in thoughts, specifically a physical violence, correct? My friends, there are 3 kinds of violence: violence in thoughts, violence in words, violence in deeds. Correct? I'll give you a very small example about this. The first basic example is, I have given you previously also this example. Suppose you are focusing on your work and somebody keeps on pinpointing you, pinching you continuously, that probably what happens with IB, ACIO, there are 3717 posts and there are lakhs of aspirants who are aspiring for it. Okay, you can do anything else. So in that case, sometimes we start feeling demoralized, and secondly, we start getting angry on that person. Isn't that so? So the most important here thing is, the violence in thought is specifically a violence towards self. True? So violence in thoughts, violence in words, speaking in slang language to anyone, speaking in abusive manner to anyone. A very simple example. The language you speak, you have to face the repercussions. The best example is India's got latent. Isn't that so? So the most important aspect here that we need to understand: violence in thoughts, violence in words, and third is violence in deeds. Physical violence is also kind of violence. So Jainism, they believe in strict ahimsa. You cannot believe one important fact, my friends. Digambar monks, they do not cut the nails. They tear apart the nails in this manner. Many of the Digambar monks, they believed in strict ahimsa in such a manner that they do not cut the hair. They prick the hair. Apart from this, you study in depth and detail, also watch certain videos on, there is something called as paryushan. It's a rigorous practice of 10 to 15 days. Okay, 10 to 15 days, which is followed in Jainism, where they follow strict routine, strict diet, what to eat, what not to eat. Okay, everything. So ahimsa is violence in thoughts, violence in words, violence in deeds. All kinds of violence should be avoided. Achurya or asteya. In very simple words, one should not claim anything that does not belongs to him. Because if you claim anything that belongs to you, you will have to suffer for that. And that in Upanishad, we call it as karma. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, correct? Yes, very true, Dhanush. I'll give you a very small example. Like, usually, specifically, I do not listen to many of the gurus, but I do follow few gurus. I'll give you a very small example about this. And I was listening to one of the sermons and pravachans of Premanandji Maharaj, because I feel that he is a very lively saint. He speaks in a beautiful and a flawless manner. Okay. So I was listening to him, and what I have heard from him, the story, I'm trying to correlate that story with this concept of asteya or achurya. One should not claim anything that does not belong to him. And that story goes like, there were 2 friends, and these 2 friends were running a business. And in that case, the business started growing. So one friend, he started getting more greedy. He became more envious. So what did he do? He killed the other friend and took over the entire business. After some time, his business prospered more. He got married. He had a son. He got more prosperous things. Okay, he became more prosperous in that case. And after some time, his son, he wanted to go to some other country to prepare for his, what we say, masters or something like. He goes to some European country, and there he falls prey to certain disease. And this person, a wealthy businessman, a merchant, he spends lots, crores and crores of rupees, but he could not cure his son's disease. Finally, he became bankrupt. And he was sitting at the deathbed of his son, and his last words were, "I'm really sorry, son, I could not save you." The son, he gave a very astonishing reply to his father, and he said that, "My friend, I'm taking back what you have taken back from me. That's it." So the guru actually wanted to say that son might have been reborn in the form of your friend. And whatever you have taken back from him, he's taking back from you. Simple words, one should not claim anything that does not belongs to him. Asteya or achurya. What is meant for you will be yours. Then comes aparigriha, non-possession. Correct? So in very simple words, what is non-possession? I'll give you a very simple example about this. Suppose I want to become a monk. I have 100 crore rupees assets. I'm sitting for meditation. Can you think that I will be completely focused? My mind will continuously divert. Isn't that so? Because it is clinging to the assets, 100 crores. So I won't be able to focus on that. So before becoming a monk or a nun, I have to renounce everything, non-possession. So that is nothing but aparigriha. Okay. So this is nothing but non-possession. And finally comes brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means living a life of celibacy. Okay. One can also relate this specifically brahmacharya principle in the present context as well. Correct? So satya, speaking the truth. Ahimsa, specifically what? Non-violence. Achurya or asteya, non-stealing. One should not claim anything that does not belongs to him. Otherwise, it will become a reason for your grief. Aparigriha, non-possession. If you want to become a monk or a nun, one more thing. This is for a monk or a nun. But if I want to correlate it to your life, or for that sake, if I have to correlate it for my personal life, I'll tell you one thing, guys. Okay. During the preparation of any particular examination, I tell every aspirant one thing. Okay. Like aspirants ask me, sir, how much time should we dedicate? How do we go for a time management? Okay. So I tell them one principle of aparigriha and non-possession. And what is that? Principle of sacrifice and nothing else. My friends, I'll tell you one thing. Make a goal for your life. Like you might have heard about in Instagram, you might have seen on that reels, like 75 days challenge, 21 days challenge. You might have heard about that. Okay. I'll tell you one thing, guys. Rather than going for any challenges, make a goal and make a sacrifice. And second practice, if you want to reach your goal, I'll tell you one trick, guys. Start penalizing yourself. Start punishing yourself. Correct? Like these days, there's a movie, I don't know about the movie, Sayyara, what is that is going on right now these days? What is happening to the youth right now? Even I cannot understand that. So there's a craze about the movie Sayyara. I'll give you an example. It's a movie in Bollywood. Okay? Many people are going crazy behind that. Suppose now you have a plan to watch the movie Sayyara. Now you have a 3 hours of history class. Apart from this, you have another class. You have a self-study to do. Your friend calls you up. Yes, yeah, let's go for the movie. Okay? In that case, my friends, please try to sacrifice the other part of your enjoyment, not specifically for temporary beings, but for your long-term goal. Okay, guys, please learn to sacrifice. Please learn to procrastinate things. Procrastinate what? Procrastinate your enjoyments, not the work that you're doing. Suppose you have made a timetable today that I will be studying history, I would be revising English, I would be revising the other subjects. I will read current affairs, I will watch the classes. So total timetable is of 10 hours. If you cannot complete the 10 hours, give a small penalty towards yourself. A very small penalty that I won't be going or I won't be watching a movie. That's it. Start penalizing yourself. And second thing that I'll tell you, before the universe gives you something, it will take from you something. So be ready to sacrifice your friendships, your relationships, your many things if you want to reach your goal. This is the truth I'm telling you guys. Okay, don't take me as your mentor or a teacher, take me as your friend. And this is the best thing I'm telling you in past 8 years of my teaching experience. Learn to sacrifice, my friend. 6 months to 1 year. That's it. And please be selfish in your preparation. Selfish here simply means selfish in terms of time. Do not waste your time, please. Do not unnecessarily give your time to anybody. The best way to time for your time management is learn to say no directly, whatever the person feels, just for 1 year. Be selfish for your goal for this 1 year. That is aparigriha for you guys. Non-possession, sacrifice. And for the monks, that is complete non-possession. Brahmacharya here means celibacy. Okay. So these 4 principles were given by 23rd Tirthankar, whose name was Parshavnath Ji. And the last principle, it was being given by whom? Vardhaman Mahavir, the 24th Tirthankar. Hope so the point is clear. Okay, Pankaj, you have written 2 years back. Very good, Pankaj. Thanks that I reminded you about your goal in that case. Very good. So did you understand this? Kaba, this is not the same Brahmacharya. Their Brahmacharya was different in Upanishad. Brahmacharya means gaining knowledge. Here, completely living a life of a celibate. Brahmachari, not marrying. Okay? So please note down, guys, very fast. 5 cardinal principles of Jainism. First, thanks a lot, Pratna. Satya. Always speaking the truth. Ahimsa, non-violence. Ahimsa, non-violence. One should observe non-violence in thoughts, words, and deeds. Thoughts, words, and deeds. Achurya or asteya. Achurya or asteya. Non-stealing. One should not claim anything that does not belong to him. One should not claim anything that does not belong to him. Aparigraha. Non-possession or non-attachment. Brahmacharya. Maintaining complete celibacy. Maintaining complete celibacy. The initial 4 principles were given by 23rd Tirthankar, Parshavnath. And the last principle, Brahmacharya, was given by Vardhaman Mahavir Ji. 24 Tirthankar. Yes, Harsh, what do you want me to repeat? Do you want me to repeat anything? The initial 4 principles were given by 23rd Tirthankar, Parshav Nath Ji, and the last principle, Brahmacharya, was given by 24th Tirthankar, Vardhaman Mahavir. Shivani, ahimsa means non-violence, complete non-violence. Okay? Now let's understand about few Jain temples. Now, since past 2 to 3 years, this place is quite in news. Okay. So sometimes, last point, yes, Akash. Last point was the last principle of Brahmacharya was given by Vardhaman Mahavir, 24th Tirthankar. Got it? See guys, so these are the few temples which are important. And this temple was in news. Any idea why Palitana was in news? It can be a part of your current affairs as well. Why Palitana was in news? Very good, Prathamesh. Very good answer. Very good. It is the first complete vegetarian city of India. Complete vegetarian city. It was declared recently by the government of India. So, Palitana, it's a Jain temple located in Gujarat. And this temple was being constructed by Kumar Pal Solanki. Listen to me. Now, what you have to remember is, Palitana Jain temple, it is located on hills. And it is located on Shatrunjaya hills, located in Gujarat. There are 24 Tirthankars of Jainism, correct? Out of 24 Tirthankars, 23 Tirthankars have visited this place, Palitana, except one Tirthankar who has not visited this place. And that is 22nd Tirthankar, whose name was Neminath. I repeat, Neminath. So just remember, Palitana Jain temple, it is located in Shatrunjaya hills, that is particularly in Gujarat, and constructed by Kumar Pal Solanki. Please note down fast, Palitana Jain temple. Yes, Harshvardhan, you can also use this knowledge for IBPS, SBI clerk as well. It will 100% help you out. Okay? Sometimes just drop me a message like after a week or so, I'll also tell you the strategy of history that needs to be followed for IBPS and SBI as well. Okay? Palitana Jain temple. Note down. It is located on Shatrunjaya hills in Gujarat. "23 out of 24 Tirthankars, 23 out of 24 Tirthankars have visited this place, except Neminath, 22nd Tirthankar. This temple was constructed by Kumar Pal Solanki. This temple was constructed by Kumar Pal Solanki. Next one is Dilwara Jain temple. It is located in Mount Abu. Yes, very good. Prathamesh, Neminath ji is 22nd Tirthankar. Correct. He is 22nd Tirthankar. Dilwara Jain temple, Mount Abu, Rajasthan, constructed by Vimal Shah. Vimal Shah. Gomateshwar Bahubali statue. Do you know where this statue is located? Any idea? You might have seen one movie, PK. Correct? And in that movie, there was a song by Sonu Nigam, and that was like, Hai Bhagwan Kahan Re Tu. Correct? So in that, there's a scene which depicts about Gomateshwar Bahubali statue located in Shravanbelagola, Karnataka. Yes, perfect Jatin. Perfect Rashmi. Harshvardhan, yes, perfect. Ranganath, perfect. Okay. Now, there's a very beautiful story about Shravanbelagola. Now, listen to me very carefully. Okay, Hassan district, very good, perfect, Raghunath. Bahubali. Bahubali basically means one with strong arms. Listen to me very, very carefully. Yes, Deepak. Dilwara Jain temple, it was constructed by Vimal Shah. It is located in Mount Abu, Rajasthan. Okay? Who was Bahubali? What is a Gomateshwar Bahubali statue all about located in Shravanbelagola? Listen to me for the next 2 to 3 minutes and you will automatically gain everything. The first Tirthankar of Jainism was Rishabhnath or Adinath. And Rishabhnath or Adinath, it is said that he had 2 sons. One was Bharat and second one was Bahubali. After some time, he distributed the entire kingdom between 2 of his sons, Bharat and Bahubali. And he renounced everything. After some time, the elder brother Bharat, he became more envious and asked Bahubali that, surrender all your kingdom to me. Bahubali said that, you are my brother. I will surrender everything for you. But if I directly surrender, people will say that he is coward. If he cannot protect his kingdom, how will he protect the people? So, I am ready to fight a battle with you. So, there was a battle between 2 of the brothers, Bharat and Bahubali. So, there was an intelligent minister who thought that if in this battle both these brothers fight, it would be much okay. Okay? Why? Because the 2 armies will fight and there would be a huge loss of men and material both. So, let these 2 brothers fight. So there were 2 to 3 different kinds of yudh, Jal yudh, Mal yudh, in which both the brothers are fighting in the river, both the brothers are fighting in the sand or a mud, and in every battle, Bahubali emerged victorious. Bahubali means one with strong arms. In that case, after some time, Bahubali realized that, why am I fighting with my brother just for this kingdom? My father has renounced everything for the welfare of the society. And we brothers are fighting in the name of the kingdom. He gave the entire kingdom to his brother Bharat and he moved into the jungles for meditation. He continuously stood in Kayotsarg position for 1 year. Kayotsarg means this is the position, standing position for 1 year. Okay. And he meditated continuously, but he could not attain moksha or salvation. After some time, his brother Bharat also realized the mistake and he came searching for Bahubali in the jungles. He meets Bahubali, he apologizes him, and after that he moves away. Bahubali from here, he moves to Mount Kailash. Okay? Years passed by, centuries passed by. There was a minister of Ganga dynasty whose name was Chamunda Rai. Now, Chamunda Rai's mother, she had a dream. And in the dream, she saw the statue of Bahubali. Okay, a 59 or 60 feet statue of Bahubali. Next morning, when she woke up, she told about this dream to her son, Chamunda Rai. And she asked her son, go and find that place which I saw in the dream. And she said that, in the very simple words, when you will visit that place, you will see 2 mountains which are opposite to each other. Now, what you have to do, you have to stand on this mountain and shoot an arrow on this mountain. So when you stand on this mountain and shoot an arrow on this mountain, you will see a shadow of Bahubali. And I want a temple to be made out of this. He said, okay. Chamunda Rai goes into the jungles and he finds the same place which was narrated by her mother, which he saw in her dream. He stands here, he shoots an arrow, and he sees the shadow of Bahubali. He decides that he will break the entire mountain and construct a temple dedicated to Bahubali. It took 22 years to construct the famous, what we say, statue of Bahubali. And precisely speaking, it is a monolith. Monolith means it is made or carved out of a single rock. Now, Chamunda Rai, he decides that he is going to perform Abhishek of that statue. Okay. Now, before performing the Abhishek of the statue, he was feeling a bit proudy that I have constructed this temple. So I will start the Abhishek. But Abhishek is considered the complete only when the water flows from head to toe. Chamunda Rai, whenever he used to pour water on the head of the statue, it just stopped here. It could not reach the feet. Lakhs of water, milk, ghee, but nothing, what we say, worked out. Now, there was a local deity, she is worshipped in the region of Karnataka. Her name was Kushmandana Devi. And Kushmandana Devi, she took a small earthen pot and she came up in the form of a small child. Sorry, a old lady. In that small pot, she took water and poured on the head of Bahubali statue. The water, it flowed from head to toe. And in front of the water and in front of the toe of the statue, a small lake was found. And that lake is called as Belagula, Kannada word. And secondly, it was white in color, Shravan. So, Shravan Belagula. So, this is the story of the statue of Gomteshwar Bahubali statue, created by Chamunda Rai, located at Shravan Belagula in Karnataka, which is a 59 to 60 feet statue. Complete monolith. Did you understand, guys? Yes, please let me know. Was that interesting? Okay. No, Deepak ji. There were only few who followed Brahmacharya, which include Parshavnath ji, which include Vardhaman Mahavir ji. Okay? Thanks a lot, Abhishek. Thanks a lot. Please note down Gomteshwar Bahubali statue. Gomteshwar Bahubali statue. Thanks, Vijendra. Thanks, Pratna. Thanks, everyone. It is located at Shravan Belagula in Karnataka. It is located at Shravan Belagula in Karnataka. It was constructed by Chamunda Rai, Ganga dynasty ruler. It was constructed by Chamunda Rai, Ganga dynasty ruler. Okay. Now, let's speak about, thanks a lot, Mansa. Now, let's speak about certain important Jain scriptures. Okay. Now, listen to me. Jain scriptures specifically they use the language that is Prakrit language. We had seen that majority of the literature, particularly of Buddhism, is in Pali language. Similarly, the Jain scriptures are majorly in Prakrit language. So there is a book called as Mahapuran. That book is divided into two parts, Adi Puran and Uttar Puran. Adi Puran was written by Jin Sen and Uttar Puran was written by Gunabhadra. Okay. Another important Jain text is Kalpa Sutra. It was compiled by Bhadrabahu, founder of Digambar. Okay. It is a biography of 23rd Tirthankar, Parshavnath, and 24th Tirthankar, Vardhaman Mahavir. And then there's another Jain text, Ratna Malika, written by Rashtrakuta ruler, Amogh Varsh. Okay? Amogh Varsh. So, two books, Mahapuran, Adi Puran, one book, Mahapuran, divided into two parts, Adi Puran, Uttar Puran. Adi Puran written by Jin Sen, Uttar Puran written by Gunabhadra. Another important book, Kalpasutra, written by whom? Written by specifically Bhadrabahu, founder of Digambar. Biography of two Jain, what we say, Tirthankar, 23rd and 24th. And third one is Ratnamalika. So please note down this chart first. See, Prathamesh, there is a dissenting opinion about the origin of the language Marathi. Okay. Some believe that it has been derived from Sanskrit. Some believe that it is derived from Prakrit. So there is a dissenting opinion upon the origins of these languages. Okay. So please note down. Mahapuran divided into two parts, Adi Puran, Uttar Puran. Okay. So Adi Puran, Uttar Puran. Adi Puran written by Jeen Sen, Uttar Puran written by Gunabhadra. Second important text, Bhadrabahu, he wrote Kalpasutra. Then Ratnamalika was written by Rashtrakuta ruler whose name was Amogh Varsh. Amogh Varsh. Okay. Yes, Rishi. See, Bhadrabahu, he came approximately around 280 BC. Okay. He came approximately around 280 BC, Bhadrabahu, and Tirthankars were previous to Bhadrabahu. So please do not get confused. Initially, the Tirthankars came, and later on, Bhadrabahu and Sthulabhadra, who actually started propagating the teachings of these Tirthankar. So, although Buddhism and Jainism, it spread approximately around 550 BC. They started approximately around 500 BC, I'm telling you. Okay. But actual spread started from the time of Bhadrabahu and Sthulabhadra, approximately 280 BC. Clear? First thing. Your answer, Rishi Kumar. Second, Vijendra. Rishabhnath, he was the first Tirthankar. And there were many other rulers who were contemporary to him. Okay? Like, as I've told you, Buddhism and Jainism specifically are the offshoots against the practices of Hinduism. So at that time, there were certain local Ganarajya. Like there was something called as Mahajanpad. So there was something called as Ganarajya. So there were 10 tribal republics who were called as Ganarajya. They were parallel to the Tirthankars. Okay, Vijendra? Okay. Atul. Now, can you tell us the important stupas of Jainism? No. Are you asking stupas or Jain temples? Okay, you want to understand stupas. So please note down certain stupas of Buddhism. Go back and note down stupas of Buddhism. Akash, a natural death. A natural death. Please note down stupas of Buddhism. First, Sanchi Stup, located in Raisen district, Madhya Pradesh. Fast, Sanchi Stup, Raisen district, Madhya Pradesh. Second, Kesaria Stup, Champaran district, Bihar. Champaran district, Bihar. Kesaria Stup. Ramabhar Stup. It is located in Pawa, UP. Pawa, UP. Bharut Stup, MP. Bharut Stupa, MP. Yes, Harsh, perfect. Malla. Anjali, Kesaria Stupa, it is located in Champaran district, Bihar. Ramabhar Stup, it is located in UP, Pawa. Bharut Stup, it is located in MP. Ajanta Caves. Please note down Ajanta Caves. Ajanta Caves, it is known for Buddhism. Please note down about Ajanta Caves. It is known for Buddhism. It was discovered approximately around 1819 by Captain John Smith. By Captain John Smith. The major part of Ajanta caves were constructed by Satwahan dynasty rulers. Yes, Prathamesh, Kailashnath temple is a part of Ajanta caves. Okay. So, Ajanta caves discovered in 1819 by Captain John Smith. Secondly, major part of the caves were constructed by Satwahan dynasty rulers. Third thing, it is located in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar district of Maharashtra, which was initially called as Aurangabad. Okay. It is located in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar district of Maharashtra, which was initially called as Aurangabad. On the banks of Waghora River. On the banks of Waghora River. Okay. Now let's speak about Jain Council. Just remember two things, nothing else. You don't need to remember any outcome of the Jain Council. First Jain Council, it was held at Patliputra and it was patronized by Sthulbhadra. Second Jain Council, it was held at two places. Okay, two places. One was at Mathura and the second was at Vallabhi in Gujarat. The council which was held at Mathura, it was patronized by Skandela. And the council which was held at Vallabhi in Gujarat, it was patronized by Devar the Gani. Okay, so please note down. Yes, Prathamesh, perfect. Grishneshwar, one of the 12 Jyotirlings. It is located near Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Perfect. Jain councils, note down. First Jain council. It was held at Patliputra. And patronized by Sthulbhadra. Second Jain Council was held at two places. One at Mathura, which was patronized by Skandela. And second at Vallabhi, which was patronized by Devar the Gani. Devar the Gani. That's it, you have to remember. Okay. Now, guys, let me tell you in short within next 2 minutes about what happened to the Mauryan Empire after Ashok. Okay, just listen to me very carefully. As I've told you, the three important rulers of the Mauryan dynasty. Yes, Joel, counsel one more. Now listen to me. First Jain Council, it was patronized by Sthulabhadra and was held at Pataliputra, modern day Patna. Second Jain Council, it was held at two places, not one place, two places, Mathura and Gujarat, Vallabhi. The one at Mathura was patronized by Skandel, and the one at, what we say, Vallabhi or Gujarat was patronized by Devar the Gani. Now clear, Joel and Shivani? Yes. Clear? Good. Mari, Dhamek Stupa. Yes, Dhamek Stupa is also one of the stupa if you want to note down. Dhamek Stupa, it is located in Varanasi. So, listen to me. Chandragupta Maurya, he was a founder of Mauryan Empire. He was succeeded by his son Bindusar. Bindusar was succeeded by his son Ashok. And there was one battle which is referred as Battle of Kaling, which was fought in 261 BC, which drastically changed Ashoka's life. Okay? Like it is believed that after the battle, it is said that many historians believe that 1 lakh person were killed in the battle and more than 1,50,000 were made as prisoners of war. Now, Ashoka, it is said that after this battle, he embraced Buddhism and he followed a non-violent path. This we come to know through the rock edicts of Ashoka. Now, historians believe that there were 4 sons of Ashoka who were competent enough to acquire the throne. One was Mahendra, second was Kunal, Jaluka, and Tivala. Pay attention carefully. Okay? Ashok's sons, these are like he had many sons, but the competent enough to acquire the throne of Mauryan Empire were these 4. Now what happened? This person, Mahendra, he got completely involved in all sorts of Buddhist activities. How? Ashoka wanted to spread Buddhism throughout the different places of India and even outside India. So Ashoka sent one of his son Mahendra and his daughter Sangamitra to Sri Lanka to spread Buddhism. So he was completely involved in what we say, spread of Buddhism. Historians, they know very few things about Tivala. And Jaluka, he was made as the governor of Kashmir during the time of Ashok itself. So the entire kingdom, it came under whom? Kunal. Okay? So, specifically speaking, Ashoka's one son Mahendra, he started propagating Buddhism. Historians know very few things about whom? Tivala. Left are 2. Who are they? Kunal, and the second one is Jaluka. Jaluka, he was made as the governor of Kashmir during the time of Ashok itself. So the entire kingdom came in the hands of whom? Kunal. Now historians believe that Kunal, he ruled for 8 years. But due to a conspiracy, he was made blind. Many believe that the other brothers of Kunal, they were envious of Kunal. They were jealous of Kunal, and probably they might have been the reason for blinding this person, Kunal. Now, Kunal had 2 sons, Dashrath and Samprati. Dashrath is also called as Bandhu Palita. So what did Ashok do? Ashok distributed the kingdom between 2 of his grandsons, Dashrath and Samprati. Did you get the point still here? I will repeat again within short. Ashoka, he had many sons. The competent enough to acquire the throne were these 4. Mahendra, he got involved in spread of Buddhism. Tivala, very few historians know about him. Left are 2, Kunal and Jaluka. Jaluka was made as the governor of Kashmir. And the entire administration came in the hands of Kunal. Historians believe that due to a conspiracy, Kunal was being blinded, probably by his brothers. Now, during the time of Ashok itself, Kunal was blinded. So Ashoka divided the kingdom between 2 of his grandsons. One was Dashrath, other was Samprati. Dashrath is also called as Bandhu Palita. Now, After Samprati, there were many other rulers who came to power. Okay? But the last ruler of Mauryan Empire was Brihadrat. Okay? Now, Brihadrat, he had a military commander. He had a Senapati whose name was Pushyamitra Shunga. And Pushyamitra Shunga, he killed his own master Brihadrat, declared himself as independent, and established one new dynasty called as Shunga dynasty. Okay? Bandhu Palita is the name, my friend. Okay, Bandhu Palita is the name. Okay? Dashrath is the name, Bandhu Palita is the name. Same name. So Brihadrat was the last ruler of Mauryan dynasty. He was being killed by his own military commander, whose name was Pushyamitra Shunga. And this was a drastic end of the Mauryan Empire and the formation of another important empire, Shunga Empire. Although Shunga Empire, it saw few important rulers. I'll give you a small example. Shunga Empire ruled from 185 BC to 73 BC. Founder was Pushyamitra Shunga. As I have told you, Ashoka, he was follower of Buddhism and he had constructed different stupas throughout India. It is said that historians write in exaggeration that Ashoka had constructed more than 84,000 stupas across India. And Pushyamitra Shunga, he was a fanatic follower of Hinduism. He destroyed many stupas. Pushyamitra Shunga was succeeded by his son Agnimitra Shunga. Okay, like I'll give you a small example. Pushyamitra Shunga, he destroyed the famous Sanchi Stupa, which is located in Madhya Pradesh, which was constructed by Ashoka. But Agnimitra Shunga, who was the son of Pushyamitra Shunga, he again reconstructed the Sanchi Stupa, which was destroyed by his father Pushyamitra Shunga. Apart from this, there were other rulers such as Vasujeshta, Vasumitra, and Bhagbhadra. One thing to be noted about Bhagbhadra is what? Bhagbhadra, like these rulers, they had their capital at Patliputra. In fact, Bhagbhadra, he was also having his capital at Patliputra, but he also had one of his branch at a place called as Vidisha, also called as Besanagar, which is located in Madhya Pradesh. I repeat, the last ruler of Mauryan Empire was Brihadrat. He was being overthrown by his own military commander, whose name was Pushyamitra Shunga. He was a fanatic Brahmin. He destroyed many stupas. One among the famous stupas that is destroyed was Sanchi Stup, located in Raisen district of Madhya Pradesh. He was being succeeded by his son, whose name was Agnimitra Shunga. He was a liberal ruler. He reconstructed the Sanchi Stup, which was destroyed by his father, Pushyamitra Shunga. So there were other rulers such as Vasujeshta, Vasumitra, and Bhagbhadra. Bhagbhadra is important because apart from what we say conducting his court in Patliputra, he also had second branch at a place called as Vidisha or Besnagar, which is located in Madhya Pradesh. And the last ruler was Devabhuti. Did you get the points? Please let me know. Just draw this. Mansa Bandhupalita is the name of a person. Same. Dashrath and Bandhupalita are the same. Okay. Note this, guys. I have repeated this 4 times. Okay. So I guess it should be clear. Very good. Wonderful. Note this, guys. So, Prathamesh, last one was Brihadrat. He was being killed by his commander, whose name was Pushyamitra Shunga. Yes, PM, Pushyamitra Shunga. Shall I move to the next slide? Note this one. Pushyamitra Shunga. in front of Pushyamitra Shung, draw an arrow and write, destroyed the famous Sanchi Stupa, constructed by Ashok. Himanshu, if you want to remember Bandhu Palita, just remember. Otherwise, just remember Dashrath and Samprati. Shall I go back to the previous slide? Okay, I'll go back to the previous slide. Please note down fast, guys. Mahendra, Kunal, Jaluka, Tivla, Dashrath, Samprati. In Samprati, Salisuka, Devavarman, Satdhanvan, and finally Brihadrat. Okay. Now coming to the next slide. Pushyamitra Shung, founder of Shunga dynasty, destroyed the famous Sanchi Stupa located in MP. Agnimitra Shung. Right here. Name of this dynasty, Shunga dynasty. Shunga, Sia. Shunga dynasty. Agnimitra Shung reconstructed the Sanchi Stupa. Then just write the names of these two, Vasu Jesht and Vasu Mitra. Then write Bhagabhadra. He held the court at Patliputra and Vidisha, that is in MP. And finally, Devabhuti. Yes, Atul. See, different historians have a dissenting opinion. Like after the downfall of Mauryan Empire, it is said that 3 to 4 major dynasties cropped up: Shungas, Kanvas, and Satvahan. Okay. So different historians have a dissenting opinion about the things. But majority of the historians come to a common conclusion and a common point that after, Brihadrat, after Brihadrat, it is said that there was fragmentation of the empire for a short time. But later on, it was being taken by Pushyamitra Shung, the entire one. Okay? Atul, Bhagbhadra Harsh, the point was, he conducted his court at 2 places, Patliputra and second one as Vidisha or Besnagar. Bhagabhadra, he held his court at 2 places, Patliputra and second at Vidisha or Besnagar. Okay, guys? Okay. So, I would like to stop my words for the day. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll cover Sangam and Gupta age. Okay? Hope the session was interesting. Hope you learned something new. Tomorrow again, I'll be posting on the group few questions for practice. So guys, I'll stop my words for the day. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Ranganath, the Telegram channel name is specifically IB ACIO English Batch.